What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Top 5 Best. Today, we're going to go over the top 10 most haunted houses in the United States. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more of the best daily list videos to binge watch. Warning: this list isn't for the faint of heart. Put on some headphones, turn off the lights, and let's get right into the list. Number 10. Starting off at number 10, we have the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. In 1881, Sarah Winchester inherited more than $20.5 million from her husband, William Winchester. William was the inventor of the Winchester rifle, the most popular gun at the time. Sarah began building the mansion in 1884, and construction continued all the way until her death in 1922. Many claim that the mansion is haunted by ghosts of those killed by Winchester rifles. Mrs. Winchester built the house to accommodate the friendly spirits that lived there and trap the evil ones. The house features doors that open to walls, doors on the floor, and doors on the second floor that open outside, leaving whoever opened it to fall to the ground. There are staircases that lead to the ceiling, become too narrow to walk on, or are only 2 inches high per step. To add to the eerie design, the mansion is filled with secret passageways. Number 9. Coming in at number 9 is Franklin Castle, located in Cleveland, Ohio. This is said to be the most haunted house in Ohio. Built for Haynes Tideman and his family in 1881, this house is home to many ghosts. Soon after moving into the house, Haynes' daughter died of diabetes, and his mother died from natural causes. It wasn't much later that his 3 other children died there as well. Haynes died in the house in 1908, and it was left abandoned until 1968 when the Romano family moved in with their 6 children. The Romanos had several encounters with ghosts, including doors exploding off the hinges, footsteps, and children crying. On several occasions, they claimed to see a woman dressed in black looking out windows. One day, when 2 of the Romano children were playing upstairs, they came to ask their mother for a cookie to give to their new friend, a little girl crying upstairs. Number 8. At number 8, we have a very famous place most of us are familiar with. It's the White House. Built in 1800, this building has been home to many presidents and has now become haunted by some. The ghost that has been seen the most is that of President Abraham Lincoln. Presidents Roosevelt, Hoover, Dwight, and Eisenhower have claimed to see the ghost of President Lincoln in the Lincoln bedroom. The British Prime Minister Winston Churchill claimed to see Lincoln's ghost in the Lincoln bedroom while he was visiting the White House as well. After the sighting, he refused to sleep in the room. Number 7. Coming in at number 7 is the Myrtle Plantation, built in 1976. This plantation is located in Francisville, Louisiana. This was the home for many slaves in the 1800s, and many despicable deeds happened here. Approximately 10 murders occurred in this house, including hangings. It is said that there are 12 ghosts living at the Myrtle Plantation, with the most famous of them being a girl named Chloe. It is said that Chloe was forced into being a mistress of the owner, Mark Woodruff. After Mr. Woodruff's wife found out, one of Chloe's ears was cut off, and she wore a green turban to hide it. Chloe made a Woodruffs a cake containing poison and killed the Woodruffs. It is said that you can see the ghost of Chloe around the plantation wearing her green turban. Number 6. The Villisca Axe Murder House is number 6 on our list. Located in Villisca, Iowa, this house is the scene of 8 grisly murders. On June 10, 1912, the Moore family and their guests, the Stillingers, were killed by 2 unknown men. The Moore family invited the Stillingers to stay at their house, and when someone realized the Moores hadn't tended to their morning chores, they went to investigate. They found the bodies of the parents and children in the house, which means that the killers waited until everybody was asleep before murdering them. People who have visited the house have claimed to hear children talking, seen and heard lamps fall, and capture photos, videos, and audio of ghosts. Number 5. The Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, Missouri is number 4 on our list. William Lemp and his family lived here. 4 suicides were committed in the house after the death of William's young son, Frederick Lemp. The house is said to be haunted by all members of the Lemp family. The most famous ghost is a spirit called the Monkey-Faced Boy. His name is Zeke Lemp, and he was William Lemp's illegitimate son, born with deformities. His ghost can be seen in the attic of the house to this day. Number 4 is the Joshua Ward House. The house is located in Salem, Massachusetts, and was built in 1784. George the Strangler Corwin lived here. He was a notorious witch hunter and was responsible for the death of 19 men and women. He was buried in the basement when he died. There are 3 ghosts that now haunt this house. The ghost of George Corwin has been said to choke people who visit. Giles Corey, a man Corwin accused of being a warlock, was tortured and killed and now haunts the house, kicking over garbage cans, pulling books from shelves, and turning unlit candles into puddles of wax. The most famous ghost in the house is that of an innocent woman who was accused of being a witch. A real estate agent trying to sell the house took a photo of a hallway, and when the picture was developed, it showed a woman wearing black, with long, wild black hair, standing right in front of the camera. Number 3. Coming in at number 3 is the LaLaurie House in New Orleans, Louisiana. Owned by the serial killer Delphine LaLaurie in the 1800s, the house is haunted by slaves she abused and tortured. The neighbors of the LaLauries always noticed slaves disappearing and never being seen again. There was a fire in the house, and when the firefighters came to investigate, they found over a dozen people in a torture room. They were chained to walls and in cages. Human body parts were scattered around the room. The house is said to be haunted by these ghosts, with people hearing screams, cries, and groans, as well as seeing apparitions walking the yard and on the balconies. Number 2 is the Whaley House. Built in 1857 and located in San Diego, California, this house is said to be the most haunted house in America. The house was built over top of where people were hung in the town. Heavy footsteps of James Yankee Jim Robinson, who was hung here, have been heard when the house was built. The owners of the house, Thomas and Anna Whaley, along with their 5 children, all died in this house, with one of the causes being suicide. The most haunted areas of the house are the garden and the parlor. The ghosts of Thomas's great-granddaughter is said to grab visitors by the arm while touring the house. Number 1. The Amityville Horror House. Located in Amityville, Long Island, this is the most haunted house in America. It has several movies and books based on it and the events that happened there. In 1974, 23-year-old Ronald Defoe Jr. shot and killed his parents and 4 siblings while they were sleeping. He claims that he wasn't at fault for this because the house made him do it. After the grisly murders took place, a new family moved into the house. George and Kathy Lutz moved in with their 4 children. Even after getting the house blessed by a priest, the Lutz family experienced horrible hauntings. They were plagued by banging noises, footsteps, swarms of houseflies, and strange odors. They even claimed that there was green goo oozing from the walls and eyes peering in at them through windows. Kathy had constant nightmares, and George was always sick while they lived in the house. They eventually moved out of the home. The house was sold recently in 2016 for the price of $850,000.